Hello, everyone. Last week, I attended Myron Golden's Make More Offers Challenge online, 5 days. It was an exhilarating experience. I think what happened with me was I came across so much information that I actually kind of stopped processing it at some point. I just couldn't handle it anymore, which is very interesting because I realized pretty early on in this challenge that I've got to be a different person to do what I want to do. Because the person that I've always been is not going to do what I want to do right now, you know? The Bible talks about, in Genesis chapter 1, it talks about how God made man in his image and he blessed man and he said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. And what I learned from that is you have to be something before you can do. Or I'll put it this way. People always talk about how what they lack in their lives, what they don't have, what they want to have. And everyone is striving to get stuff that they don't have. But having stuff in your life is a function of what you're doing. You know, it's the result of what you're doing. You don't just have stuff because stuff is there. You know, it's a result of what you're doing. And what you do, and this is where, people kind of fall short, I guess. It's where I've fallen short. What you do is a result of who you are. Because we are human beings, after all, aren't we? So who you are will result in what you do. And that will result in what you have. So if you don't like what you have, you've got to be a different person who does things differently and who have a different result. So be a little, do a little, have a little. Be a lot, do a lot, have a lot. Don't be, won't do, can't have. And what the challenge was for me was it made me dig real deep down inside and work on transforming who I see myself as. If I'm going to make £1 million in this year, 2024, and I've got to be the kind of person that can make £1 million this year, 2024. It's not the kind of person I've been any year before. So I've got to change. I've got to be a different person. So that's what I was challenged with. And it was a bit overwhelming, but you know what? I get the challenge right now. I understand the assignment. I understand the assignment. I'll be unpacking some of the stuff I learned over the challenge over the next couple of weeks. There was just so much to learn and so much to do, and he gave us assignments every day and what stuff we were supposed to do, and among them there was this challenge on conquering your freak out mechanism. By doing cold plunges, I picked that up and I'm doing that. And I'll go into a lot more detail about some of that stuff, in the coming weeks. But, it's been an interesting and exhilarating time. This week, I'm working on building out my funnel and building out my social media accounts, and that's one of the challenges I've had, because I set out this challenge to make it public, to be out there and to put it on out there, not only to make myself accountable, but to actually have a record that I can use to help other people, because I have no doubt in my mind I'm going to accomplish this goal. And I see myself teaching people and showing people how to do this in the seasons to come. So I'm documenting my journey, with all of my foibles, all of my mistakes. And I absolutely expect I'll be a completely different man come the end of this year. Not only will I have made £1 million, but I'll be a different person. I'll think differently. I'll act differently. I'll move differently, and I'll look different, and I'll certainly sound different. So yeah, it's wonderful to be on this, and life is a challenge. I don't think we should ever give up. I read a place in the book of Matthew, and I'll just quote Matthew 11:19. It was talking about how Jesus Christ was talking here about how, John the Baptist was a different kind of animal, and the people didn't like him, or the people didn't accept him because they said, "Oh, he has a demon." And then Jesus came. While John the Baptist never drank or fraternized, Jesus did the opposite. He drank and he fraternized, but he wasn't accepted as well. And it was like wisdom is justified of our children. In other words, the ends will justify this means, not just any means, the means of following the wisdom of God. And that's where I think that's the root of the challenge I had, because the wisdom of God is telling me to do things completely differently from how I've done them before, so that I can actually be a completely different person for what I used to be before, and I'll end up having a different range of results. And it's been really tough. It's been really tough, to go so much against what you think what you're comfortable with. But the whole idea of this is to get out of my comfort zone, because I refuse to make sense of being comfortable anymore. I'm comfortably uncomfortable, and I've had enough of that. I want to be uncomfortably uncomfortable so my situations can change, and can change permanently for myself and for my family and for everyone around me and everyone I can touch. So, yep, this is week 6, I believe it is. Yeah, week 6, day 28. Let's go.